Yes, today we'll be discussing issues pertaining to succession planning. So there are moments whereby an employee, whilst working, can be dismissed, for example. Sometimes he can resign. In other cases, there might be death of an employee, for example. Sometimes an employee can be transferred to another organization or a sister organization. Sometimes even an employee can just go missing. So whenever such kind of things have happened, what is important to us is we should be able to appreciate to say this kind of employee has got certain skills, has got some knowledge, has got business contacts, he has got certain strengths which maybe other people might not have. Could be someone who is very reliable within the organization and maybe has retired or is about to retire. And the challenge is sometimes when someone, for example, has resigned, we are like going into negotiation with that particular person because we know that maybe our company cannot survive because of this particular person. And even we have seen some companies going into extinction just because someone has left that particular organization. Even some employees would set up a competitor, is knowledgeable of our business, and now would set up a company similar to our company. And because of the knowledge that he has attained from our organization, will be able to use those skills, that knowledge in his company or in another, or from our competitor to the advantage of our competitor. So, what I'm trying to say is we should always accept to say there will be a time whereby an employee is going to leave our organization. We all know that an employee, every employee, no employee is irreplaceable. Every employee is replaceable. Number one. Number two, we should also be mindful of the fact that not all employees or not all employees have the same skills, have the same knowledge. People by nature, we are diverse. So someone might have certain skills, but maybe we cannot have the same skills like someone else. Even if someone has left an office, for example, his subordinate has taken over the office, there's no way he can behave the same way like the one who was in that particular office was performing. So the successor and the predecessor might not behave in the same way. This is what a natural fact which we have to accept. So within the organization, how do we plan now to replace this? So this is what we are talking about: succession planning. Do you have succession planning in your organizations, for example, to say if this one retires, for example, who is going to take over from this particular organization? There are moments whereby you don't have to look always outside when you want to replace some employees, because maybe that person you have to train, the person who is going to come from outside organization, you have to train, there are a lot of costs involved. They might not be able to adhere to our culture. They have got different cultures. Now you need to modify them in a way that they should be able to fit within our organization. So through initiatives that will ensure that knowledge is passed on from one person to the other within the organization. So this kind of initiatives should be put in place within an organization. That's now what we call succession planning. You are planning for you to replace the older managers or people who have died, for example. How do you replace such kind of people? As I said, no one is irreplaceable. Everyone is replaceable. That's what we need to appreciate. And sometimes we don't have to rely much on an individual. Because I always ask people to say, what if he dies? What if he dies? Maybe if he resigns, you can be able to negotiate with him and will stay back. Maybe if you want to dismiss, you cannot dismiss it because of you look at the value that employee, you just cancel and maybe provide you give a warning. If he retires, you can extend his retirement. Let's say in the private sector, yeah, one can work up to 8 years. But at the end of the day, what if he dies, for example? So do we have a proper succession plan? Who is going to take over from that particular person? So organizations, we shouldn't be standing at ransom just because someone has left our organization through a natural process or any other process. What is important, therefore, is for us to have a succession plan. So issues like mentoring, coaching, understudies, these are some of the things that we need to be able to adhere. Rotation, job rotation, mirroring, whereby a person can be able to assume the responsibility, role playing. One can be able to assume the responsibility. So whenever someone is going for holiday, someone should be able to sit in that particular office to learn a few things. Someone should be able to delegate his or her responsibilities. So we should be able to have a deliberate policy where you encourage the managers, the directors to be able to delegate their responsibilities to their subordinates, so that they're able to learn 1 or 2, 3 things. I'll give an example. You can be an organization, maybe the director has to be attending to board meetings. You can have his manager or assistant to also be partaking in that kind of meetings, so that whenever he is sick, for example, we shouldn't have to cancel the board meeting, for example, just because they want to present. Maybe the date of finance is not there, then there will be no one who will present the paper on finance matters. No. Or you postpone the presentation to say, no, we'll present at a later stage because we don't have someone who can be able to present on his behalf. As I said, what if he dies? So this is one of the important questions that we should be able to appreciate. So within an organization, you should have deliberate policies whereby you should be involving the subordinates in the roles that also maybe the directors are performing, maybe what the CEO are performing, what the CEO is performing. There are moments whereby maybe the CEO is not going even for holiday. It's always important that when he has gone for holiday, so board members should be able to say, no, CEO, why don't you go for holiday? You are entitled to holiday. No, I'm busy. No. You should be able to go on holiday every year. Because there's also someone. You mean this organization cannot run without you. So there was also someone, maybe one of the directors can also assume the responsibility on acting appointment when this person maybe is on holiday. And when it means when you're on holiday, you don't have also to be issuing instructions when you're on holiday. Maybe the incumbent will just be asking 2, 3, 4 things if he wants to ask you, but not you asking now. Just 2 days when you're on holiday, you are like, but is everything okay? No. You're on holiday. Enjoy your holiday. So because also this one, you remove the trust that you have put on your employees. So what is also important is for us as managers, directors, CEOs, we should be able to trust our employees that they will be able to perform the functions that we are performing. But when you are not there, you shouldn't do disruption. It means also to say you are not a very good manager. A very good manager will be able to delegate. And it's one of the key responsibilities of a good manager. You should be able to delegate. You should be able to train your subordinates. Training is through giving those responsibilities now to those individuals. So that, because we say a company, there's an element in accounting they call going concern. Any company is a going concern. Should always continue operating even without our presence. As I said, we are diverse indeed in different skills, knowledge, and all that. But at the end of the day, we should be able to train other people. We should also be like us. Have mentors, have mentees within the organization. That's how other people have been trained to ensure that they're able to achieve whatever they have achieved. And they look up to other people to say, no, this one groomed me to where I am now. It means they were being trained upon, they were being sent to field, they were being told to do this, prepare this kind of report, present this kind of report, all that to ensure, do the minutes and all that. This is how we operate in this organization. And yes, it gives even confidence to that particular employee. So, as I said, it's always important to mentor, coach, train, and be able to prepare the employees for senior positions. Every employee one day is going to die. So how do you going to replace such kind of employees? It's expensive to get someone from outside the organization, but from within, you're able to just promote someone to take up that responsibility. I like what happens in this hospitality. You go to a hotel, you find today, they say manager in charge. He's managing the hotel. Where is the manager? I don't know. The manager is on leave. He took 2 days leave. But I thought you were the catering manager. Yes, I'm the catering manager, but I'm in charge today. The front office manager, I'm in charge today. That's part of training. That you are preparing your managers to assume big responsibilities. And they're able to handle those things even better than even the actual manager who can be there. So it's always important for us to value succession planning. Never allow ourselves not to go on holiday just because we feel the organization is going to go down. No. There were people before you. There were people before you. I'll give an example. It could be organizations like a mobile company. Before joining, were people not using the mobile phones and the airtime. It could be organizations like Money. Before you joined, were people not writing exams? Could be a water utility. Before, were people not getting water? It could be energy. Were people not getting power before you came in? It could be a library. Were not people reading books before you came in? It could be an NGO. Were people not doing those projects before you came in? Were not donors funding that particular project or that institution before you came in? We might be special. We might be special in any one way or another. But what if we die? So remember to take your holiday as a manager, but be able to delegate responsibilities to other people so they learn. And other people are proud to say, I was groomed by so. I was taught this is by so. But you find yourself working from 7:30 up to 10 p.m. You're not even delegating any responsibilities. The family is missing you and you're like, no, he's busy at the office. Then 2 years later, you are dismissed or your contract has come to an end. The company still continues to grow to operate. So what I'm saying is, it's always important to delegate, to coach, to mentor, to train your employees so that they can be able to assume responsibilities, big responsibilities in the future. Thank you so much.